everyone, Lisa Haven here, and have I got an extra special treat for you today. And that is, I have three very awesome men, some who I've actually had on my broadcast before, who are lined up all the way from Knoxville, Tennessee, at the Hear the Watchmen conference. Now here's the best part. My channel gets an exclusive inside report of everything that is taking place, and the conference starts in just a couple of hours there in Tennessee. So very exclusive and very, very important information is going to be shared at this conference. Not only that, but they have a live stream event, which you guys are going to hear about. So you can hear and get all the inside details in addition to what the exclusive is I'm going to show you today. But you get the inside scoop at a discount. They're going to tell you about that. I'll kind of leave it in their court, but I'm definitely going to be purchasing the live stream so I can watch it right here from my home. Now with that, the men that I have lined up today is Mike Kerr. He is kind of the head honcho of Hear the Watchmen conference there. And I also have L.A. Marzuli. You guys have seen him on this broadcast before. And he's very huge into the Nephilim, the UFO, giants, all that aspect that goes on from under the radar. And then I also have Paul Begley, which I'm sure every single one of you are aware of here. He is a big YouTuber and does a lot of stuff on biblical prophecy. Now, speaking of biblical prophecy, there is a huge urgency right now with the election underway, with everything happening. The sense of, having these conferences like that and getting the information that, quite frankly, churches refuse to talk about. This event is crucial, very crucial. And here's the thing. Just today, I read about a swarm of earthquakes that have struck the California area. And any moment they could, this was on the radio earlier today, they said any moment within this week, they could expect a, quote, big one. Now, the Lord told us in the Bible that these things would increase. He said earthquakes, volcanic activity, which there's been a ton, more than any other year, death of animals, which you hear a lot on Paul Begley's channel there. And just recently, millions of fishes have died in New Jersey. 322 deer died in, where was it? Vietnam. We have 11,500 chickens. I mean, from chickens to storks to fish to crabs to you name it. But let me not hog the space here. I want to get to my guys there. So are you guys with me over there?
Yes, we are. We're absolutely with you, Lisa. Thank you for having us on.
Awesome. So Mike, why don't you tell us a little bit about the urgency of what's going on in Knoxville and the conference there and why it's so important to what's happening right now?
Lisa, thank you for asking that question. It is imperative, folks. We know you can't get here physically probably right now to do the live stream and hear what guys like LA and Pastor Paul have to say. Look at what Lisa just talked about, the swarms, and I believe, LA, that was the Salton Sea area. Salton Sea swarm. I mean, these are warnings, clear warning of what is coming ahead. And we got to Knoxville the other day, and lo and behold, a sinkhole opened up here, preventing people from being able to easily travel from the airport to the conference. Fortunately, the city was able to repair it. But Lisa, this is what is going on. And we see it as organizers. My wife and I, Jeannie, we are simply the gatherers. We have been called upon by the Lord to gather his people. We are not the Lord's voice. We have people like Pastor Paul and L.A. Marzuli who are there to give that food. And what the thing is with Hear the Watchmen, you go to conferences, and we've been to a lot of conferences, and these guys have been to a whole lot of conferences. Some of them, it's like it feels good and it's good information, all that. Hear the Watchmen, this is where you get the beef. If you want to know what's for dinner tonight, it's beef. And we're going to get into the meat of what's behind the prophecy and what people need to do to really prepare, not only physically, but spiritually for what's to come. Wouldn't you agree?
Absolutely. And I think we're in a window of time, Lisa, that is absolutely unprecedented. You talked about fish and animal die-offs, and this has been ongoing. And, you go back 20, 30 years, and none of this stuff was happening. And now it's just like it's an endless cycle. You know, it's like a million fish die off here. A bunch of, I think it was like a third of the reindeer in I think it was Kazakhstan last year that just, you know, just upped and died. And we hear it over and over again, the rise of earthquakes. What's interesting is, you know, Jesus warns us of the signs that'll precede the tribulation period. And these, of course, are the birth pangs. And I think we're in this window of time where we're seeing the signs of wars and rumors of wars, famines, pestilence, earthquakes in diverse places, troublesome times. All we need to do, unfortunately, one of our presidential candidates isn't sure what Aleppo is or even where Aleppo is. And Aleppo is like ground central for World War III. So whatever you do, don't vote for Gary Johnson. Oops, I can't believe I said that. But you don't want to vote for him because he has no clue what's going on. As a born-again, spirit-filled believer, I believe that the whole thing, the nexus, is the Middle East. That's the place to watch. Israel is the place to watch. Israel is now surrounded by those who pose an existential threat to her. And at some point in time, is it the Psalm 83 war, the Ezekiel 38 war, Isaiah 17? We are on the cusp of it, absolutely on the cusp of it. Watch the Middle East. And, of course, all the Watchmen here are going to be talking about that. Folks, get in the live streaming, check it out, because you want this information. Not to be afraid, because Jesus tells us when you see these things, look up, because your redemption is coming. His return is imminent.
Absolutely. Now, I know you guys are a couple of the speakers there. Can you give us a pinch of maybe what you're going to be talking about, just a little taste of that?
Well, Lisa, Ellie just said it. Mike just said it. The entire conference, there's great speakers. I just heard that Russ Dizdar just gave me a little sneak and said, the Black Moon, Saturday night. I said, what? Are you serious? But look, there's no question. I mean, we have asteroid impacts just off the coast of Australia, knocking power out, hundreds of people, earthquake, it felt like. It was not reported in any of Western media. Why? They don't have an answer. They're afraid. Why? NASA can tell us how many asteroids are coming, the name of them, how far they'll miss the Earth, the size, but they can't tell us about the one that hits in Russia in February of 2013, and they don't see the one in Australia. Do you believe that? And another thing, as L.A. was talking about the Middle East and Israel being God's prophetic timepiece, in Mexico, we just got the news. A young child was born, he's 5 months old, to 3 parents, 3 DNA of 3 humans, the first human born in the world this way, and he's from Jordanians. The 3 parents are Jordanians. I'm not talking about surrogates now. I'm not talking about surrogates. I'm talking about they took the DNA of 3 people, and he's Jordanian. And in the Middle East, we know that Israel, the Temple Mount, is controlled by Jordan, the Hashmonite kingdom. And so I'm going to get into a little bit of that and a whole lot more as it relates to that, because that and dead birds, dead fish, dead cows. Are you serious?
Yeah. We're serious.
Are you
kidding me? We are serious.
Last year, there was 897 mass animal deaths in the world in 97 countries. And CNN has still yet to bring it to the Situation Room. So you need to come to hear the conference, or like you said, download this, get the subscription, and don't miss this, because this is very prophetic.
It is truly amazing, Lisa. And Anthony Patch is here, Russ Dizdar. There's just a whole host of men.
And he's going to talk about Nephilims. I mean, I know what?
Are you going to talk about that?
No, not at all. No, I think, you know, what's sort of been vexing me lately is Watchers 10, and of course the new book, Nephilim Hybrid, shameless plug. But the bottom line is this. This fairy creature thing, which by the way turned out to be a hoax, and we'll talk about that here at HearTheWatchmen, and we are releasing a free, probably 45, 50-minute DVD, which is called The Anatomy of a Hoax, because it fools everybody. Doctors, nurses, 3 veterinarians, I mean, experts, DNA people, geneticists, it fooled everybody until we got the creature and we were able to do research on it. So I'll be exposing that, and it's amazing. You know, all the Monday morning quarterbacks that sit around and do nothing, never go anywhere, but they're just so quick to, you know, to criticize. You can't go to the library and pick up a book, you know, how to verify whether the fairy that you're holding is real or a hoax. And that's the point. We did the due diligence. We went, once we got the creature, it was in Los Angeles for like a week. It was all set to go to a vet. Everything was up there. We got DNA samples, and then we discovered it was a hoax. Then we took it to a zoologist who told us what the thing, how it was made, an incredible taxidermist. a taxidermist with, like, you know, through the roof skills put this thing together. And he went piece by piece by piece and showed us, and I'll talk about that tonight. But also, I'm doing like 3 presentations in one because I have an hour and a half. So we'll be talking about the Nephilim. And again, why I'm vexed is the fairy took the focus off the DNA, which is hardcore science, which we actually received from 3 different labs about the elongated Paracas skulls. And I'll just tell you real quickly that that DNA evidence came back and showed a European Middle Eastern ancestry. And that, in my opinion, big underline there, rewrites the history that we know. Because that's not supposed to be there in Peru. More about that tonight or tomorrow when I speak.
Awesome.
Wow, I can't wait. I'm gonna totally be I'm purchasing one of those myself. I'm gonna watch the live stream. I'm really excited. I mean, you guys have tons of people lined up, even John Wells from Caravan to Midnight and all kinds of great stuff. I'm truly excited, and I'm so glad my audience got an exclusive right before. I mean, you guys are what, minutes away now?
That's right. We are. We're minutes away, and I want to let your audience know, because I'm just so grateful to have this time with you and with them, and I know Pastor Paul is in LA as well, that your audience can go on. They go to HearTheWatchmen.com and click the live stream. It's actually a virtual conference. There's a delay of a couple hours, so we can make sure we provide the right product. And if they use the promo code LISA, they will get $10 off their price, and it will be $29.99 rather than $39.99. Not only do they get to watch the conference this weekend, but they get 30 days of on-demand viewing of that, so they can go back, take notes, study, and share with their family and friends. You have to understand, folks out there in Lisa's audience, you can see the passion that the 3 of us have. The message that we're trying to deliver, the fact that we've been called to go atop the mountain and on the wall and scream to everybody and try and get them to hear what's really going on. This is not about selling live stream tickets or selling tickets to conferences. That just covers the hard cost of putting these things together. We're trying to spread the word and get the message out. Folks, I encourage you, heed Lisa's warning, heed their warning, sign up, find out, be informed, and be prepared.
Absolutely. And make sure you guys check that out. It's crucial to the time in which we live. And like I said earlier, this is the stuff you're not going to hear at church. This is the stuff you're not going to hear on mainstream media. And all of them have evidence to back up what they're talking about. And I really, really enjoy that. And it's not all the time that you get an exclusive sneak peek inside something here on my channel, exclusive just here at Lisa Haven. And in addition, we have a special. Lisa, I love that. But, you know, these Watchmen at Hear the Watchmen are making an unexpected reveal, not only here on my channel with the tidbit you heard, but at the conference, they're going to be revealing some major things that are very important. And that's my heart. And again, like Mike had said, it's not about the profit. I mean, they're discounting this at a low rate for me, for everyone out there, and I'm purchasing a ticket, but it's not about that. It's all about learning and getting the word of truth out to Christians, to non-Christians. This is even great for non-Christians out there, because when you see even, you know, you can see some of the parallels of what's going on, and then just kind of, you know, take it all in. It's good for everyone. Something that you definitely need to look at, Christian or not. So make sure you check out that conference. And, you know, thank you guys for coming on my broadcast here. I'm truly stoked that we got this inside exclusive. So any last thoughts that you guys want to share or anything like that?
LA?
Well, for me, it's just, look, you know, and I just want to echo Mike's words and your words. It's not about, you know, selling tickets here. We are in dire times. I mean, just think about the constant jihadi attacks that we have in the U.S. about every 10 days now. They're not going to go away. We already mentioned the animal fish die-off, the earthquakes, the war in the Middle East is erupting. And Christians, for the most part, are asleep. They don't understand how all this ties back to the biblical prophetic narrative. The words of Jesus, our Savior, are pregnant with meaning. And I truly believe we are in the window of time where those words are now being fulfilled.
Lisa, and also, I was thinking about it as you were saying to people, Christian, non-Christian. I think it's real important to know. I don't know of conferences that do this. We're baptizing people on Sunday. All right, I'll be speaking Sunday morning. They got a great praise and worship band. I just heard them a few minutes ago, and there'll be altar calls throughout the conference. So not only are people getting the invitation, the opportunity to learn the great information that's coming forward that you won't hear in mainstream media, Lisa, as you know, but alternative media are the ones leading the way, and this is why your mainstream media is getting so nervous. They don't know what to do with us. But also the coming of Jesus Christ and salvation through Christ. That is so important.
Amen.
And so Hear the Watchmen. This is where it's at. I'm telling you, this weekend.
Yeah, Lisa, just to wrap things up here for you, I just want to say to your audience, thank you. And where else but Hear the Watchmen on the live stream can you hear Michael Boldea, who is Dimitri Duduman's grandson and who was brought over from Romania to translate for Dimitri. Where else can you hear him? HearTheWatchmen.com. Please help us continue our mission. We will be in North Las Vegas with LA, Pastor Billy Crone at Deception in the Desert here in another month, and then probably back in Dallas, Texas in March of 2017. Thank you so much. God bless you, Lisa.
God bless you guys as well. And thanks again for coming on my channel. I truly appreciate it. And yes, I'm looking forward to the one in November as well, even on the fence about maybe going as, just to hang out.
Are you serious?
Are you serious? You're right there in the backyard. Go, go.
Yes, you're close enough, right? Las Vegas, not far. But don't forget, guys, to use that promo code LISA to get the discount. And I'm going to leave all the information below. So make sure for more information on my YouTube channel, go down there. All the links are going to be there. Well, anyhow, thanks again for tuning in. This is Lisa Haven, and say bye.
Bye.
Signing off.